Hi guys, sorry I had a phone call that interrupted my last video segment. So hopefully the dogs don't bark. We'll see. Okay, so I think we stopped here. I might repeat this last sentence because I think I said it before, but I'm not sure. She didn't know what to believe anymore. Front row seats? She said again. It's just too hard to believe. Believe it, Tara said. It's your new life, Taylor. First class, front row, everything. A half an hour later, the limos pulled up to the front of the stable center and everyone got out. Once inside the arena, the usher checked the tickets, then escorted them to the front row. As the group was walking to their seats, a large, muscular man with his arms around a woman bumped into Zeus. "Hey, watch it," Zeus said. The man looked over his shoulder and grinned. "Dude, you stink. Take a shower." The woman laughed. Zeus turned red. "Is that your girlfriend? Or is a farm town missing a goat?" The man stopped and turned around. "What did you say?" "Did I stutter? I called your girlfriend a goat." The man flushed with anger. "You're gonna die, loser." He came at Zeus, grabbing him by the arm. "I'm gonna..." Bolts of electricity shot out Zeus's fingers. The man cried out and dropped to the ground like a bag of concrete. His girlfriend screamed. Zeus kicked the man in the side. "Like that, loser." Suddenly, Zeus bent over in pain. "Ah!" Hatch stood above him with Nichelle at his side. Hatch's face was red with fury. "Thank you, Nichelle." "Glad to help, sir." Just then, two security officers arrived on the scene. The larger of the two asked, "What's going on?" A man's girlfriend pointed to Zeus. "Him!" she screamed. "He shot my boyfriend." Hatch stepped forward. "Excuse me, officers, but I just witnessed the entire exchange. The man was acting particular. Then he just collapsed." Hatch looked at Tara and slightly nodded. Suddenly, the girlfriend began screaming at the top of her lungs. "Snakes! There are snakes everywhere!" She began flailing wildly. "Get them off of me! Get them off of me!" The guards looked at each other. One pulled out his radio, requesting backup near Section AA. Also, medical assistance, possible drug overdose. While one of the guards struggled to restrain the woman, the other said to Hatch, "Thanks for your help. Don't mention it." When the security guard had turned away, Hatch grabbed Zeus by the arm and pulled him aside. "Out to the car, now." "But the concert." He doubled over again. Sorry, it won't happen again." "No, it won't. Now go." Zeus staggered towards the exit. Hatch shook his head. "Totally against family policy," Tara said. "Boy, he's gonna get it when we get back." "What will Dr. Hatch do to him?" Taylor asked. "Nichelle will punish him for a while. She just loves doing that. Then he'll lose privileges for a few weeks and probably be grounded to his room for a few days." Hatch walked back to the group, Nichelle at his side. "Sorry about that," he said to Taylor. "Zeus knows better than to use his gift to hurt others." Taylor looked at Nichelle, and Nichelle's eyes narrowed as she glared back at her. "Let's not let Zeus' unfortunate decision put a damper on things. Our seats await." Their seats were perfect, front row and center, unlike anything Taylor had ever dreamed she would experience. In spite of everything, she was giddy with excitement. When Colby came on stage, the arena erupted in smoke and pyrotechnics, and everyone jumped to their feet. Taylor couldn't believe how close she was to the singer. Colby started the concert with one of Taylor's favorite songs, "Stay With Me." Several times the singer came to the front of the stage and reached out her hand to Taylor, and Taylor actually got to touch her. After an hour and a half, the stage lights darkened for intermission. Nichelle, Hatch said, "Go get Taylor and get me a couple of Cokes." "Okay," she said, glaring at Taylor. After she left, Hatch leaned over to Taylor. She noticed he had put on his dark glasses. "Are you having a good time?" "More than I can say. Thank you, Dr. Hatch." "You're welcome. We're just so pleased to have you with us." "I'm pleased to be here. I don't know how to thank you." "It's my pleasure, really. But now that you ask, could I ask one small favor of you?" "Of course. I'd like to see your gift in action. Sometime during Colby's next few songs, I want you to reboot her when I tell you to." Taylor looked at him. I'm sorry, what?" He smiled. "Just for fun. No one will know." Taylor swallowed. "I don't know." Hatch's expression turned serious. "I'm asking you to do something for me, Taylor." Taylor swallowed again. She felt uncomfortable with his request, but after all that Hatch had done for her, she didn't dare disobey. It's not really that big of a deal, she told herself. After all, hadn't she done the same thing at the basketball game? "Okay," she said hesitantly. "Just let me know when." Hatch's expression lightened. "I'll tap you on your sleeve." The applause was even louder when Colby came back on stage, but this time, instead of excitement, Taylor felt dread. She took a deep breath. What Hatch had asked her to do was wrong, but what choice did she have? Colby sang a few more songs, and Hatch just watched quietly, smiling and even clapping. Every now and then, he looked over at Taylor. Taylor began to hope that maybe he had forgotten or changed his mind. He didn't. Colby was in the middle of Taylor's favorite song, "Love My Love," when Hatch tapped Taylor's arm. Taylor looked at the singer. "Now," Hatch said firmly. "Yes, sir." Taylor cocked her head. It was a fast song, and Colby's voice suddenly screeched, then stopped in the middle of the chorus, as if she had forgotten what the song she had been singing. For a few seconds, she just looked around, unsure of where she was, while the band kept on playing. Then she grabbed the microphone and started singing, starting again with the first verse. At the end of the song, there was a strange hesitancy in the arena, followed by the unusual thunderous applause. "Wow," Colby Cross said into the microphone. "Never had that happen before. I just kind of blacked out. Early onset Alzheimer's, huh?" "That's okay, Colby. We love you," a boy shouted from a few rows back. Colby laughed at herself, and the crowd applauded again. Taylor looked over at Hatch. He was smiling and nodding approvingly. "Well done," he said. "Well done." Taylor sat quietly for the rest of the concert. Even when everyone stood for an encore, she felt sad. She had betrayed someone she admired. After the concert, they returned to the limos. Dr. Hatch switched cars, presumably to talk to Zeus. So Taylor, Tara, Brian, Kaylee, and Nichelle sat in the back, Brian switching places with Dr. Hatch. Taylor desperately wanted to talk to Tara, but didn't want to talk in front of the others, so she was silent the whole way home, even when Brian and Kaylee got in a brief argument about who was the better singer, Colby Cross or Danica Ross. They asked her for her opinion. "They're both good," she finally said. "Yeah," said Kaylee. "At least Danica doesn't forget the words to her own songs." The comment made Taylor's stomach hurt. She was glad when Nichelle threatened to silence both of them if they didn't shut up. That night, as Taylor was getting ready for bed, Tara walked into her bedroom. Tara was already in her silk pajamas. "So, what's up?" Tara asked. "What do you mean?" Do you always get depressed after after seeing your favorite singer? No. Then what's wrong? Taylor sat down on her bed, her hands clasped between her legs. Do you know when Colby was singing Love My Love and suddenly she stopped singing? Tara smiled. That was you? She nodded. Dr. Hatch made me do it. Tara looked at her. Is that all? Is that all? I embarrassed her in front of thousands of people. Tara shook her head. Come on, she's a celebrity. They paid her $1 million to sing for 3 hours. I think she'll get over it. And besides, no one cared. You heard that guy yell from the crowd. They loved it. It made her seem more human. Taylor sighed. I guess you're right. Dr. Hatch was just seeing you in action. Think of it as a cheerleading tryout, and you passed. Does he do that often? What? Test you? No, just now and then to make sure you're on board. What if you're not? Tara's expression changed. You know, you can make this good or bad. It's up to you. It's about attitude. No, it's about hurting someone else. Dr. Hatch doesn't hurt people just to hurt people. You saw how mad he was at Zeus for shocking that guy. Dr. Hatch is just careful. Does he ask you to do things? Yeah, I mean, not much lately. More earlier. And it never bothered you? Nope. Really? Never? She looked suddenly pained. Once, but you get over it. At first you might hate it, but before you know it, you'll volunteer to do it. She forced a smile. Why do you care? We're better than them. Them? You know, people. Taylor looked at her. We're people. My parents are people. Taylor, they're not your parents. And we're not people. We're special. Maybe you are, but I'm just a cheerleader. I know it's hard being different, but it's like the story Dr. Hatch tells about the chickens and the eagle. What story? Tara's face grew animated. Oh, you're going to like this. It goes like this. A farmer once found an abandoned eagle's nest with an egg inside. Out of curiosity, he took the egg home and he put it under one of his chickens. The chicken hatched the egg and took care of the eagle just like it was just another chick. As the eagle grew, it walked around the coop with chickens pecking at the ground the way chickens do. One day, a wise man saw the eagle in the coop. How do you keep that eagle from flying away? He asked the farmer. The farmer said, It's easy, because the eagle thinks he's a chicken. The wise man said, But it's not. And it's wrong to keep it in this coop. Eagles are majestic birds and designed to fly. The farmer said, Not this one. He's a chicken. The wise man said, No, once an eagle, always an eagle. Then he went out to the hen house, picked up the eagle, and threw him in the air. Fly, eagle, he said, but the eagle just fell to the ground. He tried it again, throwing the eagle higher. Fly, eagle! But the eagle just fell down and went back to pecking in the dirt. When the wise man carried the eagle to the top of her hen house and pointed the eagle towards the sun, You are not a chicken. You're an eagle. You were meant to soar high above the chickens. Now fly. And he flew the eagle up into the air. Suddenly, the eagle stretched out its wings and took off into the sky. Tara looked into Taylor's eyes. You, me, all of us, electric children, are those eagles. Dr. Hatch is a wise man. If you just want to keep on pecking through life with the chickens, it's up to you, sis. So what will it be? Eagle or chicken? But I like the chickens, Taylor said. Tara grinned. Come on. Taylor sighed. Of course. I want to be an eagle. Good. Then stop worrying so much about the chickens. They don't matter. Eagles eat chickens. It's not because eagles are bad. It's just how they're made. Tara stood, then kissed Taylor on the top of her head. Have a good night. You too. Light off, Tara asked. Light off? Tara asked. Sure. Tara switched off the light and closed the door. Taylor lay back, looking at the ceiling. I miss the chicken coop, she said softly. I wanted to talk to someone who would understand. She wanted to see Michael. She wondered when she would see him again.